Welcome back to part 2 of this 3-part masterclass. We're going over how to find quality stocks, know exactly where to buy, sell, take profit, and get real-time alerts in as little as 10 minutes without hiring or becoming a stock expert yourself. Guys, we covered so much in part 1 already. We went over what trend following is, how it works, why it works, the old way versus the new way. I even went through the back test and I showed proof of certain stocks that I've actually alerted live on my Instagram that people have been able to profit using this elite trend following strategy. So if you haven't checked out part 1 already, you should definitely check out that before you continue on with this video, part number 2. Here's an example here, plug that got alerted, went up 162%, workhorse up 260%, the alerts from the March 26 dip buy 804%, and so many other amazing moves like that, all predicted from the trend investing strategy. We also went over the top questions that we get about this, who trend investing is for, and all those other topics just like that. Now in this episode, part number 2 of this training series, we're going into secret number 2, and we're going to cover a lot. So definitely be prepared to listen and take some notes, not newts. You do not have to hire a stock expert or mentor. That is secret number 2. And let's jump straight into it because I hate wasting time. Who could help you learn about stocks, right? Who is available? Austin, we're saying, okay, Austin, if I don't want to hire a stock expert and mentor, right? Who is there? Like, who are the stock experts? Okay, and when I'm talking about a stock expert or a mentor, I'm talking about a financial advisor, a stock analyst, or any other of the cheaper alternatives. And let me explain what that is. A financial advisor charges $5,000 flat fee regardless, plus $300 for every single hour that you spend with them. Guys, that's literally $5,000 up front just for them to look at your portfolio. That's according to NerdWallet is where those estimates are found. Financial advisors, this is the typical process of when you go to a financial advisor. You sit down with them, they assign you a risk profile based on your life goals and risk tolerance levels. They offer you a selection of stocks that you should invest in with no real reason why. Just that's what their software tells them to do. But be aware, according to Investopedia, when you're picking a financial advisor, you should, in quotes, because this is quoted from Investopedia, ask your advisor why they recommend specific investments, whether they are receiving a commission for selling you those investments. Be alert for possible conflicts of interest. So what it's saying is financial advisors, yes, you pay them a lot of money, but be careful. The stocks they're advising you, they may be only telling you to buy that stock because they get a commission or they get money from you buying that stock. That doesn't really sound like the financial advisors are in your favor. It doesn't sound like they're trying to help you out. It sounds like they're trying to make more money. This is why I really don't like the financial sector much. And going back to my mission statement back in part 1 of this masterclass series, where I said my goal is to help everyone achieve financial success through investing and trading. And that's because I know this world is taken over by people who are trying to make finances so complicated and not accessible to the everyday person, and they charge crazy amounts of money that they stop you from doing it. Don't stop yourself from doing it. It's very simple, and I'm showing you in this part of the 3-part series. Now, how much do financial advisors make off you? Well, according to usnews.com, the average financial advisor fee is 1%, charged on a sliding scale. Now, again, if you have less than about $1 million in your account, like let's say you have $50,000 in your account, then they're actually going to charge you about a 1.2% fee. So what does this mean? Let's say they can make you the average annual return, which is what you can make yourself by putting it in the S&P 500 at, let's say, a 7% return every single year. Well, they're charging you a 2% management fee or a 1.5% management fee, then you actually only get to keep roughly 5 to 5.5% of the total 7% that you actually made, because that's how much they actually get to keep. So again, they're keeping a lot of your money for doing what you can easily do yourself. And again, I'm going to explain how you can do that here. Now, what exactly does 1% mean? I pulled up a compound interest calculator, said if you were starting off with $1,000, you had 40 years to invest, and let's say you had a 10% return, or you like a 10% return is the average annual return you can get with the S&P 500. So let's say you put it in there yourself, so you keep the whole 10%, or you did that with a financial advisor, so they keep 1%. Okay, so let me show you the difference. It's insane. Okay, so let's look. 1,000 with the 9%, meaning the financial advisor takes 1% of your return. You end up with $31,000. Let's say 31x your investment. That's amazing. But look what happens when they don't keep that 1%. You 45x your return. That's 14x greater, or $14,000 more, just because you get to keep that 1%. So you're actually paying your financial advisor 14 times whatever the amount you initially invested. That is insane. If you invested $2,000, you're basically paying your financial advisor $28,000 for doing something you could easily do for yourself. And be like, Austin, how do I do this for myself? Well, I explained that in part 1 already, but I'm going to get in depth explaining it in part 3. So definitely make sure you stay tuned for this masterclass series. Now, the other person who could help you out is a stock analyst. Now, why am I saying no to them? Because statistics have shown, according to NerdWallet, they are right 51% of the time. So they are right half the time. It's basically the same odds as you flipping a coin and guessing what stock to invest in, right? So they really are not going to help you out much more than a financial advisor. And plus, there are so many stock analysts around in the world right now, you won't even know whose opinion to take because it's so overwhelming. They contradict each other and so many different things. Look, here are the alternative options that you can have, right? Here's someone I found on Upwork.com, which is where you can hire professionals to help you out. This guy, $250 an hour to help you manage your funds. $250 an hour. Do you know how much stuff you could buy with $250? It's freaking insane how much he's charging for this when you can do it yourself. Also, this other person, $125 an hour. That's insane too. This other one, again, we're going cheaper. I don't want to lie to you and say it's only $250,000 a year right now. Look, this person charges $79 an hour. So that's a lot of money. $80 an hour for someone with equity research experience. Guys, you can legit do this for yourself, as I explained in part 1 of this masterclass, using the trend following system, using the best stock market software in the world that I've created that I'm going to share with you later in part 3, and it's insane. Look, here is what the Michael S., who charges $250 an hour, for his financial planning session, he charges $4,750. For accounting consulting, he charges $2,000. Guys, that's legit $5,000 just to help you plan your own finances. So what if a software could do it for you at the click of a button and do just as good of a job, right? This one right here, Christopher K., who charges $125 an hour. He's currently helping someone construct their portfolio and do portfolio research, and it charged them $7,480. That's insane, guys. That's so much money. Literally $7,000 invested now and then compounded over the long run is literally $1.5 million in the future, or something crazy like that. Why are you wasting that money when you can do that yourself? Now, what's the answer? You may be saying, okay, Austin, if I can't hire a professional, if these people cost too much money, what's the answer? And you may be saying, I want to make money, I want to pick the right stocks, but I don't have the money to hire people like that. Also, a thought that I have as an investor, even if you have the money to hire someone like that, why would you waste that money instead of investing it? And here is your answer. The Impeccable Investor software, the best stock market software ever created, which is what I'm creating right now. This software has a personalized portfolio creator. What this does is, so remember, like I was showing you those people you can hire for $250 an hour, for $125 an hour, for $79 an hour. That charge crazy amounts of money to help you create your own portfolio. Well, they ask general questions, they assess your risk profile, and they do all these things and then assign you a list of stocks. Well, I have a software that does that exactly for you based on the stocks that I know perform well. It is called the Portfolio Creator, and it is included for free in my new best stock market software ever. So this is what is called the Portfolio Creator. What it does is you take a simple 10-question quiz. It assigns you a risk profile, and based off that, it assigns you the best stocks in the market right now based on your risk profile. Therefore, you can invest in stocks that will make you money and not scare you, because you're buying stocks that work for you. And guys, this works. This means no more paying $200 an hour for a personal stock recommendation. The portfolio creator allows you to stop guessing if the stock you bought will make you money. The portfolio creator also stops you from spending hours trying to find the right stock for them just to lose you money. How many times have you spent hours looking for good stocks, trying to figure out if you were finding good stocks, reading through Reddit, reading stock tweets, reading news, and just trying to find good stocks? This one can do it for you in literally minutes. You hit the submit button and it gives you a personalized list of stocks that actually work. But Austin, you may be saying, how do I know these stocks perform well? How do I know the stocks you're recommending perform well? Well, first off, how do you know the stocks the financial advisor gave you perform well? I mean, that's a question too, right? But I can show you how I know these stocks that you're being recommended from the software I made are actually killer. Okay, so the stocks that I found that the stocks that perform well, that perform the best, that make investors the most money in the the safest way, all follow a certain statistical pattern. What they do is they stay above the 200-day moving average line, which we discussed back in part 1 of this 3-part masterclass series. They stay above that band more than 65% of the time. So as you can see here, here's a list of stocks that I share with my students that they are using to literally generate 25% returns every single year. And I use this system to find stocks, and I programmed literally thousands of lines of code to do this for you and find the best stocks. So let me show you examples. Okay, Austin, that's cool. You may found the secret cheat code for stocks, but how do I know they actually work? Here's a student of mine. He bought all the stocks that I recommended at the right time, and now he's making money on all the stocks in his portfolio. He's up 0.3%, up 0.3%, up 9%, up 0.5%, up 3%, up 4% on all of his stocks because he's using stocks that actually work for him. Here is another example of my student. Look, he's using the right stocks. He's up 75% on WM. This person up right here is up 13.5% on SSL, up 5.5% on MSFT. It's all because they're using the stocks in the right way that I have showed them. Here's another example. This student is up 26% on one of their investments because they're using the right stocks. Guys, it's all about using the right stocks. Look, here is a student of mine from England, Thomas. Look, he said, I sold my shares in PayPal with a 31% profit. I felt like with me just starting out, my emotions could get dragged into it, and I can't complain with that profit on my first stock. I just want to say thank you. Without your help finding your Instagram and this membership, I probably wouldn't have actually started. I said 31% in a pandemic environment. That's awesome. Don't forget to applaud yourself. So what he's saying here is, guys, you gave me the right stocks to invest in at the right time. And again, in part 1, I talked about how to know the best time to buy and sell stocks. But right now I'm talking about how to know the best stocks to buy, and that's the portfolio creator. Okay, guys, look, here's one more example. Remember when I mentioned in part 1 of the masterclass how this software, this trending band indicator shows you exactly where to dip buy, and yes, the software does too. And it shows you where to dip buy without having to fear that the stock will crash down lower. And the alerts that I sent from March 26th of 2020, again, you can look at them all there, totaled an 804% return. That's literally insane. The alerts and following the right system, which we discussed in part 1, and now part 2, the right stocks, is what allows you to make a lot of money in a very safe way that works for you. All right, guys. This is amazing. Thank you so much for listening to part 2 of this masterclass series. If you want to learn more about the right time to buy and sell, definitely check out part 1 of this masterclass. If you want to learn more about this software that's coming out, literally the best stock market software on the planet, on the internet right now, and probably will be forever because I'm going to make sure it's the best, then you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to masterclass part 3. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast, because we're going to have part 3 of this masterclass, the conclusion of secret number 3. You do not have to be a world-class stock expert to make these amazing returns, and the exact way to do it coming out next week. So please, once again, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to get early access to the software and learn more about what I'm talking, please check out the description below. All right, guys, see you next week.